Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm, which gets it seen by more people. So, thank you so very much. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So, let's see what the tarot has to say. Ooh, let's put this right there. There we go. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right. So let's see here. We are crowned with the Two of Wands. The doors are opening, and that is really joyous for us. I don't know why I got such the sense of like, oh, finally coming through. So that is really quite beautiful. Let's see what the next card is. We have the Death card, which is actually a really good card. The Death card is one of the most positive cards in the whole entire tarot. It is also strongly linked with Scorpio energy. Time frame October 23rd to November 21st. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I do apologize. The Death card is the dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. We are going through a transformation, and we're here for it. We're really here for this transformation. We then have the Queen of Wands, which is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If we are born on the cusp with Leo, if we have fire sign energy in our chart, this comes through very powerfully. It comes through very brilliantly. We're starting to see our own magic. We're starting to believe in ourselves, our fire, our tenacity. It moves us then to the Devil. And the Devil is Capricorn energy, time frame December 21st to January 16th, no, January 19th. And the Devil is a complex card. So the Devil is a conglomeration of all the chaos gods of pagan pantheons. So there's that aspect to it. Capricorn is also ruled by Saturn. So there's a sense of I need to control, top down structure kind of coming into play. So there's this energy of I need to control the chaos coming through. And that can lead us to addictions, escapism. It can also lead us to being like, very precise, very, you know, militaristic about certain things. Like it has to be just like this, it has to be just like that. So just be aware of this during this time. The Death card, Scorpio energy. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Once upon a time before Pluto was discovered, it was ruled by Aries. So just knowing the complexity of that energy coming through here, where we have it fed by the Queen of Wands. We can have that Mars energy come through, where a bit of a temper comes through, a bit of intensity comes through, and also a bit of aloofness comes through. So just being aware of that. We then have the World reversed. This is a time where everybody is thinking, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be going, I'm supposed to be doing, I'm supposed to be out there caring what everybody else thinks. And yet this is really a time where so many of us see the world reverse. It's like, yes, we want to be out there doing, going, great, but there's just such a need to turn inward, to see ourselves, to see the world within us. What are we building? What do we want to build? What's important to us? Those are going to be very big questions that move us forward. We then have the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is feeling trapped. So just be aware of this. The Five of Pentacles, I don't know if you can tell by the tone of my voice, it's not my favorite card because it's always us on the outside looking in, but it's a very important card to be aware of because with the Five of Pentacles, it's like I feel stuck out in the cold. I feel all by myself. I feel like I'm carrying this huge burden on my shoulders. And we can even feel like there's somebody that helps us. There's somebody that's always with us, but do we always see them as a help or a hindrance? So just be mindful about that. It moves us then to the Empress reverse. Spirit just said we don't want to take care of everything. Okay? The Empress, and especially in this depiction of it, we see that child in the belly type of thing. Well, in the bottom part of the skirts. So, it's interesting. But there's this sense of this expectation of you should be taking care of everything. There should be, a coming together of everything, and it's your responsibility, right? And we cannot want that responsibility. We can, sit there and look at things or be having a complexity around a mother figure or around mothering or around mother in general. So just be aware of that. We can be aware of the mother coming into play, but there's a complexity that comes forward. And there is a sense here of, because she holds a little crown in her hand, and a complexity comes forward is like, is that all I will be known for? And I'm not saying that in a way that's dismissive at all, because empresses held, some of them held a lot of power. Some of them were known for a heck of a lot more than just giving birth to the next heir. And again, that was no small feat. That was, a very dangerous thing to do. Childbirth back in the day, up until relatively recently, that was very, very dangerous. And then to have it, to have the child have to be male and everything like that, there was a huge amount of stress on people. So here, it is looking at something that we are creating, and the stress has made it not beautiful. So that is going to be an important thing to note. What is in our life that we should be celebrating, we should be so happy about, but the stress has made it not beautiful, Cancer? Let's see what Spirit has to say. And if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, please put a rose in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So I do look forward to that, and good luck to everyone. Hit the bell notification to be notified when that video is uploaded. And if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So here we have focus coming forward, and we have success that was reversed. So we need to focus because we don't feel successful. And that's another thing that's coming up during this time. And it can be in any realm of our being. We can be like, I'm so successful here, but I'm such a failure there. And it's seeing ourselves as a well-rounded, successful person. So just being aware of that during this time, that we need to focus on our success, because we're going to find it very, very easy to call ourselves out on not being successful. So just be aware. Okay. Let's see what our chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have divine wisdom reverse. And this is actually a chakra energy that has come up, a couple of times before during this time. And this is a blockage in our soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And, I'm just seeing, I will let the muses inspire me. I will let the muses inspire me. And I'm seeing that more in the realms of when I was in school, and it would be like, oh no, I don't want to read anything about XYZ. I just want the muses to inspire me so that I can have this brilliance come forward. And it was silly, because in order to write well, in order to, do the assignments well, I needed to have my head filled with other voices, other ideas, and see how to put them together for me. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's almost like, oh no, but I need this to come purely, out of the, inspiration of the muses, and I can't have any other inspiration coming into play. So just be mindful about that, because I see this as a blockage, but I see this as a very easy blockage to kind of overcome, where we step back and we say, I need to be inspired. I need to kind of fill my cup. Now, yes, we can then feel like I'll never be as great as the greats. So, with the Empress energy, the sense of it's hard to create, it's hard to cultivate, I'm not going to get there type of thing. Yes, we will be battling that, but to let ourselves be inspired during this time is going to be really important to us. And maybe even realizing that a bit of the inspiration of us was taken away, like through one thing or another, or, life gets in the way. This person needs me here. This person needs me there. It needs to be this, it needs to be that. And I'm not inspired anymore, so just be aware of that. Our energy to be mindful of, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. So this is the Princess of Wands reverse. This is the Page of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And this is, again, a temper coming through, right? We have the wands coming through. Reversed, it's going to be much easier to see. Fire sign energy, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If we have this energy in our chart, if we're born on the cusp with Leo, this can come through very powerfully. We can also have somebody in our lives who's rather immature. This can be a child, like a literal child, or this can be somebody who's just very immature, that just throws temper tantrums, or their emotions are the only emotions that matter. So do be mindful about this during this time, where of there's a sense of entitlement that comes forward that we just need to be aware of. And this can also be within ourselves, where, and I don't mean that in a bad way, that there's a sense of entitlement, but sometimes when we're looking at things and when we're taking things in, right, we can think, oh my gosh, this happened so easy. And especially with media and seeing everybody's reels or whatever they call them, where it's like, oh, look how easily I did this and look how wonderfully I did that. We think, oh, it's supposed to be easy, but it's not. The proverbial it of life and creating and cultivating and building what we desire and figuring out what we desire is sometimes very complex. So showing ourselves that grace and showing ourselves that kindness and not berating ourselves and being mad at ourselves and, even letting ourselves throw a bit of a tantrum and saying, it's not fair. I don't like this. That's, that's going to be really healthy. It's going to release us and it's going to, let us say, I feel overwhelmed. With the Two of Wands, doors are opening. With the Two of Wands, there's just a sense of like, oh yes, oh yay. This door is opening. I get to walk through. I get to move forward. The Death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, is also going to be really important within us because we're not the same person. And the Queen of Wands shows us that we're focusing on our magic. We're focusing on the beauty and the tenacity and the brilliance and the loveliness that is us. Can a temper come through? Yes. Do we want things to always move smoothly? Absolutely. I mean, that's just very human of us. And with the Devil coming into play, it gets us caught in its web. The sense of it just has to be perfect, or the sense of there's too much chaos and I can't control this and I have to control everything and it's just too much. And Cancer, that goes very much against our nature. Our nature is, we're ruled by the moon. Our face is forever changing. The way that we see the world is forever changing. Even if we have these core beliefs, there is a beauty to the ebb and flow of our existence, of ourselves, of our inspiration. So being mindful of this and saying that rigidity, it's not my thing. I'm not ruled by an outer planet whose orbital movements, happen really, really slowly. If we need to go that route, we're ruled by the moon. That's like, orbit we can see. we can we can see the different faces of the moon. And this is going to be a time where we need to see the different faces of us. But we're going to want to fit into one certain box, one certain way. And that's not how we're made. So just be mindful about this during this time, because we can be really harsh and really rigid on ourselves where, that's not cool. It's just not going to serve us at all. The world reversed, it's not about the outside world. As much as we want it to be about the outside world, as much as we want to go and do and see and be a part of everything, it's about our inner world. It's about our inner soul, our inner self. That is just going to be so important and so beautiful. And seeing the world within us and seeing that the world within us actually really does color the world outside, because it's the way that we see things within ourselves, like that we start to pick up on those things in the outside world. Have you ever been in a really bad mood and then you just notice that everybody's in like a really cruddy mood, and then you're in a really good mood the next day and everybody's wonderful and delightful? It radiates out. So just be aware of this. Five of Pentacles, we can be having issues with money, prosperity, wealth, what we value as much as money. Being aware of that is also going to be important. There's somebody by our side that has helped us through a lot of hard times. Do we see them as a benefit to us, or do we see them as yet somebody else or something else that we need to take care of? What do we feel on the outside? What do we feel unworthy of? Because with the Five of Pentacles, there is a sense of feeling unworthy. And I'm not saying that to be mean or cruel to any of us. It's just the reality of the card right here. And with the Empress, there's something we want to create and cultivate. And it does, again, it doesn't mean that we have to be feminine or identify as female. It means that there's something that we want to create within our world that we can feel a resentment towards, that we can feel like, I'm not cultivating this, I'm not creating this, I must be wrong. Things must be wrong. And it can be that our approach needs to be, we need to look at things in a different light, in a different way. It's like, okay, I can't do it this way. Like, what is there, that old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat, which, I mean, gross saying, yes. still gross saying once you know the history behind it because it's like on ships and stuff like that, and the cat was a whip. So gross. But I mean, that's going to be something that we're looking at here. There's more than one way to do things. There's more than one way to, move our dreams forward or to see ourselves. Or, there's also a sense of, I'm so tired of taking care of everybody else and ignoring me and seeing my life as it's supposed to be, this endless sacrifice. And seriously, Cancer, I just see you done with that. It's not meant to be an endless sacrifice. Now, we don't want to go to the other extreme to say, like hold up the middle finger to our responsibilities and run away cackling into the wind. So just be mindful about that. We don't want to go from one extreme to another, but we do need to have a balance here. And we need that balance for our own happiness and for our own selves. And also because we have so much beauty to give forward into the world. It moves us then to our chakra energy, not our chakra energy, our spirit energy, which is breathe. Just focus on the breath. There is a move in qigong where if you visualize like a line going down the center of your the top of your head, and you tap on either side, of your head, and that just helps to release the overstimulation that we have from a highly stimulating world. So that really helps to center us, to focus us. It can be tap lightly. It can be very painful when you first do it. And then run your fingers through your hair, and do this in multiples of 9. So in order to get the full results. I don't know why multiples of 9, but it works and it's really quite cool and it's simple too. It moves us then to our energy, our chakra energy. This is a blockage in grounding, in rooting ourselves, in harmonizing ourselves. This is the Earth Star chakra located 6 inches below our feet. And the Earth Star chakra, when grounding is reversed, we don't feel like we have that strong tether to what we want. Okay, we kind of feel like we're free falling. And that's not a nice feeling. It's kind of like when you're falling in a dream and you wake up with that jolt. We feel that jolt every now and then in our waking world. Subconsciously, consciously, it can bleed over consciously, but we do feel that falling in our subconscious world. Like there's a frustration, there's an anger, there's a disappointment to things. So being mindful about that is going to be very important here. And just knowing like how to plant ourselves, how to let ourselves grow, how to let ourselves, become what we need to be. And it sounds so easy to say, but sometimes we realize like I was a cactus planted in a forest. Like that's not going to help me. And again, that sounds silly, but it's realizing what we need. And then how do I nourish myself? How do I move me forward? How do I connect with me? How do I move more slowly and lovingly within my life? It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. This is the 2 of Cups. You might have somebody coming around, Cancer, that really tickles your fancy, that kind of turns your head. And you feel like you're on a same healing journey as that person. Just be mindful that person as actually a person who shares a lot of the same traumas as you. So we don't need to go deeper into that. Like it's like no. It's a trauma person instead of a love person. So just be aware of that. And it moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Subconsciously, we know that we're entering into a new season, a new era of ourselves, a new way of moving forward in our power, in our connection, in what we desire. And that is really exciting. We want this to hurry up more. We want the Wheel of Fortune, the change in fortune to come through so powerfully. Remember also we have the 5 of Pentacles, so we are fighting against that of, I carry this burden, or I'm not allowed to have nice things. I'm not allowed to move forward. I'm not allowed to be prosperous. And we're breaking that down. So just be aware of that, that things, and the Empress reverse, that things aren't going to go quite as smoothly as subconsciously we want them to. And instead of just like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, thinking, oh my gosh, it's never going to work. That's it. I'm done. Be kind, be gentle with yourself, and know that you are transforming quite beautifully. Okay. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.